The Truckers Association of South Africa has expressed disappointment in the decision by the Home Affairs and Minister Aaron Motsoaledi to extend the Zimbabwe Exemption Permit by a further 6 months. The association President Mary Phadi says they are not sure how to address this matter with their drivers who feel let down by the move. Phadi joins me now to talk about this further. Mary, good morning to you and thank you very much for your time. Let's just start with the reaction here, particularly from the drivers that you represent. How is it likely to be digested by them?
Koli, we are representing operators, but obviously because we work with the drivers, at the end of the day, any decision taken by the operator, it goes down to the employees. Our concern is that we engage at the task team meetings, and the way we present the information going down, it does not flow correctly because our government will change things, and the next thing we feel like, we are sending a certain message and tomorrow there's another message, meaning that the Department of Labor and the Department of Home Affairs communication is not now talking to each other. As per the presentation of the Minister of Home Affairs, he said, I quote, that driving a truck is not a scarce skill. So, and therefore, for us to employ them, it is illegal. We need to have a working permit for us to be able to employ them. But today we hear that, any general person who's from Zimbabwe can be able to do an application. Where does it put us as an association?
Yeah, okay. So how you are interpreting already is that it is a reversal of what government has committed to. In other words, you feel shortchanged by what has happened. Are you suggesting that you were not consulted here about this decision?
We feel like, our government should be consistent in communication so that it can be able to assist us. Whatever that we present to the public, it can be as accurate as possible. So therefore, no need for consultation, but at the end of the day, whatever that is being presented, we need to be consistent on it, because all these drivers that we are talking about now are the people that we are saying to them that you should not be here, you should not be employed. But now everything is changing. We are not sure where we sit in between the two departments.
I would hate to ask this question, Ms. Phadi, but it's one that is crucial to ask given the events that have unfolded in the country in the past. And that is that sometimes people get so agitated that they want to engage in violent acts. Are you at least able to talk the operators, including the drivers, to saying, let's accept the extension period up until December, as pronounced by the department. Only thereafter can we then, I suppose, plot a way forward as to how we are going to tackle this from a legislative point of view.
At the end of the day, we don't promote that when we have any concerns, we must go to the street. We'll definitely, try. We've already spoken to the drivers. We've already spoken to the operators last night. But, our aim is that we should find a way of resolving matter without really going to the street, because it is costing us. And if drivers can retaliate, then we have a problem, because we must all the time be in a situation whereby they should, our trucks must be affected and we must stand, and there's load shedding and, the economy is not going. There are so many issues in this country. But what we are saying is that the government must learn to be consistent. That will assist us, and it will make us to have a guarantee of the things that we say out there. And we are not talking about December. We don't know what's going to happen in December. We are not saying, in 6 months' time. We don't want to accommodate something that we are not even sure about. We want to concentrate on the fact that, are we employing people legally or illegal? And that's what we should concentrate on.
Based on previous experience, when drivers felt that they simply could not take this anymore, we saw the blockades, we saw the torchings that went on, the cost of that on the sector, how much would you quantify that as?
Look, any stoppage in a day can cost the country quite a lot, over a billion rand. So anything that in the freight industry, because our capital is very high, so therefore any stoppage affects everything. Any goods that need to go to the SADC region. So we don't want to see the situation, and we don't want to say to the government, now that there's this issue, there's no solution to it. Maybe the Minister of Home Affairs has got a reason, and with his reason, maybe then it's something that they are thinking is not related to what we are talking about.
Yeah. Final question to you, Mary. I know that we're talking, or the focus this morning is on Home Affairs and the decision to extend the ZEP to December. But there is another crucial department here, and the one that, as I understand it, has been leading as far as the employment of people in South Africa legally, and that's the Labour Department. Where do things stand, particularly for the Trucking Association?
Look, the Department of Labour does not find a space to accommodate the freight industry, and it is just unfortunate, because this is the place where we should be engaging, and they feel that we need to belong to a bargaining council for them to be able to engage with us, whereas there's no need for an association to belong, but operators are members of the bargaining council. So there's that slight understanding that they don't, I don't know, but there's that information that is missing, that they don't get it right. If they get that information right, we'll be able to resolve this matter. So the Department of Labour currently is not finding a way to reach out to the freight industry. And because of that reason, this is where we are sitting. Otherwise, we would have been knowing tonight that the permits that the Zimbabweans are carrying are not supposed to be used by the operators, and that communication should be sent. I don't know why our government wants us to see people to go on the street for them to understand that they have concerns. And we are worried about it. We don't want to see people striking because of a simple reason that can be resolved tomorrow.
And I distinctly remember, Mary, that the former Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, was intimately involved in this process. Would you characterize his intervention as a success?
Look, we can only, talk about the results. The bottom line is that he is the person that, when we went to the Department of Transport to raise our concern, he responded definitely with the issue of the regulation. And today it is submitted to Parliament, and it has got only few signatures to go through. So, we are happy with the work that he has done. But for him to pass a baton, we need to go to the next level of making sure that we implement the operating license. Definitely, we can say that the Minister of Transport, the former Minister of Transport, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, did do something about the matter that the freight industry has.
Mary Phadi is the president of the Association of Truckers, or should we say Truckers Association of South Africa.